guys, it's Creative Nana, aka Sheila. We have a new project that we're going to be doing, and it is for our mini file folders, and they can be used in so many different ways. This is what, with our family rack and the pictures, and yes, mine are magazine pictures. I don't use my family photos on things like this. But this is what we're making. That's just an example. And they're layered if you want to do multiple ones. Or just a single that can be attached into your journal. And you can decorate as you would want. Add more to, journaling spaces, whatever you would like. Add them to a card. Actually make this your card and stick it in the mail with a happy birthday or missing you since we're all in quarantine and can't visit our families. So this is what we're going to make. I make all mine, as you can see, old scrapbook pages. You can use scrapbooking paper. This is just thin scrapbooking paper on how to do those. I use music papers, children's books. There's pretty much about anything that you can think of. Mailing with some coffee dyed in the middle for journaling. There's all kinds of things you can use. You can even made a little gusseted box that holds a set of 4. Good for a little girl. I could actually, all on the inside, put little messages. Of course, I wouldn't use this one with it being pink, but I could do one with blue. And all this is magazine, by the way, trash from a magazine that was going to be thrown away that I used to make these, and that's from a book page thing that was being thrown away that wasn't going to be used. But what I was saying, my son's getting ready to go to college this next year. When seeing the pink one, maybe make him a blue one, stick that in an envelope, a little encouragement for his first month or so at school. He can have a set, put that in a little package for one a month, make him one for a few months, open a message each day, make a little going away present. So this is what we're going to do. Go and get my scissors ready. I should have already had those ready to go. This from the front of a magazine, stiffer, something I wouldn't have used. I was going to throw away. You can see it's a little uneven here. I am, get out your chopper, whatever you like. I call them choppers, sorry, or cutters, or if you'd like. I'm a freehander. You take your piece, rectangle, square, whatever you prefer. Best do a rectangle. The best thing to do is to remember that you need it to be 1 inch, making your own forms. I've got the measurements and the directions, but you don't have to go. Those are the ones that will be this size, and you can see compared to my hand. But you don't have to. You can do any size you want. You just have to remember that you want your length or height, whichever you want to call it, has to be 1 inch, at least 1 inch than this. And to make a file folder tab the correct way, that's pretty much what it's going to be. And if I measure this one, well, of course I can't. My wonderful, I've put my ruler elsewhere. Okay, so it's basically going to go right there. So that means I would need this side to be at least 1 inch longer. And look, approximately. So that tells me it should work. But personally, I don't want it that long. I'm going to make it shorter. Didn't want it as wide. And actually would keep that and use it and cover it, and it would be like a little hangover tab on a page decorated up. Okay, so I've got my file folder, and I'm going to decide how tall I want my tab at the top, meaning tab Here, see how this tab is taller? Well, that one's not a good example. There we go. A little bit taller, so you decide what you want your little tab to be. Take it, cut down. I'm going to make mine on the end. How wide I want my tab. I'll make this one a narrower tab. So, I've made a narrower tab. Once you do that, you open it up, take the front one, snip that front piece off. Now, if you're using scrapbooking paper, when you cut that front piece of tab off, if you take it and glue it here, now this is for scrapbooking paper, or if you wanted this to be the same color as your front, do that as well. And it will make that little tab the same color as your front when it shows. I'm going to leave mine white because I like that. And there I go. That gives me a tab. And I would decorate this up the way I like. It's a lot of white on the inside, so I'd probably, quite honestly, I would put the extra part when you work with napkins, you know, the white part that you peel off underneath, I would actually cover that probably in that white napkin, and then that would dilute, turn this to where I really can't see the writing, and yet it would be sort of like a completely inside pocket. Do some little distressing on the side, maybe put a sticker or a drawing or a stamp up in the corner, and I would have nothing but journaling space on the inside. And on the outside, as we can see for this one, I just took, those are scrapbooking paper scraps, magazine back at the back. Here's a better example. I like this one better. This is a bigger piece of a magazine ad. I really didn't want that as my and then I put scrapbooking scraps that I had to just sort of throw away around it. That's what I would decorate mine with, and then I would build up on top of that. I could distress it. I could use that awesome cleaner from Dollar Tree on something, and that would dull that picture so it was not really, it would look old and antique-y if I didn't want it shiny, but I like the shiny bright stuff. So, but anyway, that's how simple it is to make these file folder tabs. That's simple. These comes with magazines. Fold them right in half. There you go. You're ready to go. If you want it to keep that much, then glue on a little tab. For instance, I'm just going to give you some ideas that in magazines or different things. Look at this right here. If I took that, and the good thing about this, it gives you a line to cut along. Just like that. I could make, I'll fold that in half. And I'll show you how to do the layered ones here with these, since these are two identical sizes. Fold it. Fold it in half. Fold it in half. I'm going to do my tab. I'm going to make a little longer tab this time. I'm going to curve it. I'm going to curve it up. I want it to curve down. Look there. Snip that little piece off. I was going to use that. And see, when I snip it off, whatever, it will fit exactly on there. And that's what I could do. But I don't have to look at that. I like that black. Okay. Now, I'm going to need one, because I don't want to have the tab on the same size. I want my tab on this side this time. Well, it's real easy. You've already got one, so you want another one identical. Take it, lay it on top, or draw a pencil. If you're not comfortable doing that, trace, by all means, use your pencil and draw it. I am a person that just sort of freehands everything. That's just the way I am. I think it's because I'm impatient. Now, Those are identical there. Don't open and snip this one off. Take it and flip it over. Now open it. I always like to cut on that side. Flip it off. Now look. Opposite end tabs. Of course, you would do the center ones the exact same way. I'm going to... What I like about these, why I chose that piece, look here. I don't even have to decorate the outside of those. They're already decorated for me. I just have to worry about the inside. Since this is the same type of material, this would be the same. Like so. I'm going to show you how to do the middle tabs. So you can have layered ones. So I'm going to layer that up there so I can have it. Snap that right there. So it's the same width. Move over to this side. Same width. Now, see how I've got the ends done like that? So now I can fold it over. Guaranteed it's the size that I need. Fold it both directions, get that good little edge there. Then I can use the fold line as my cut line. That's how I freehand a lot of stuff like that. Okay. Same thing as before. This one, their tear thing is not directly in the middle, but I'm not worried about that because I'll use that as the part that I cut off. Actually, I wouldn't have to worry about it if I do that. Okay. Fold that in half. Because I've cut, remember how one side was a little bit longer than the other? So I want, because of the tear line, I'm going to go by the fold. So I have it the right height. There we go. So either the right height, so that one side was going to be a little off. Let me straighten that up. Not a problem. Okay. There we go. So that way that edge that was a little bit longer because of the tear line. Now here's the tricky part. It's not really tricky, but you get off when you're cutting, because the fold line, sometimes you do that one freehanded. Just nip it off. No big deal. I need to make sure it's the same height this way. But I don't need to cut all the way over because the tab's there. But I do know I want the second tab to start here. I want to stop about right there. So I just put my hand right there. It's a little bit past that line. There we go. There's my first tab. Snip that off. Oh, sorry. I cut mine, I just kept them together because you do it the same way you did these to get the tab on the same side initially cutting. So I sort of left them together. I should have mentioned that. I'm going to lay that back on there because I want that tab to start right there, or close to right there. We'll go over just a little. Right there. Okay. There we go. And cut it off on this side. Be very careful, go slow. Use little scissors if you're worried about cutting off. Now look there. There's your tab. I'll flip that over. Go in. Cut the top piece off on this side. Cut the top piece off on this side. There. Look what I just made. Of course, I'd have to go back and round these to match. But look. Altering folder tabs. Awesome. That's simple. Okay. Cleaning up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Now, magazine. I thought this would make some neat ones with the pliers. Because if we do beading tassels or charms, those would be neat. I love these designs. Even that tool right there, that was from a magazine. I like the way that looked. That's something I can use. This is a vintage children's book. I could actually, they're already designed. Chose, you know, this is my top. Look, they could be on one folder on this side of that. They would even match. Maybe you just want text. If you want your text upside down, you know, you would use it that way. If you want right side up on the front, you'd use it that way. It's depending how you want to use it. But use text that. Another simple way. Here, we all got these, right? Index cards. If you don't have anything else, these are Dollar Tree index cards. They're a little bit thinner, but they still work fine. So I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to pull out some of our alcohol inks that we got our tool and use those on some of these. Actually, I don't even have to make them. I had that to make, but I don't need to because where I cut these up, I sort of don't like the way that front is. It's a little off for me. Like I said, if you are a measurer, use your ruler, measure, mark, whatever. I'm not. I just sort of freehand it. I'm not really that worried about things. Now let's pretend I sort of like this. I actually like that too. Maybe you don't. But for instance, some of the stuff we can use. We use this. Oh, if you all don't know, the Dollar Trees that have crafty corners have now got these for $1. You can't beat that for a little pad that you don't want to clean up. What if I just wanted to spray a little? And that would just give it a little spritz. Just give it a little color. Of course, I don't waste anything, but if you lay it on something and scoot it, you get a whole more of that look. But for instance, just doing that to clean it up. But that's if you spritzed it. Whatever you would like or don't like. But the original, what I wanted to do, here's some of the yellow. And I went through, this is something I didn't put in the video, but after I was through, I went through and just scrapped pieces of paper. Actually, this is a scrap envelope that had too much advertisement on it that I couldn't get with little pieces. I sprayed the colors on them. So I knew it was going to be very light colored. This is the one I used that India ink on. I didn't know. I really would want a more red, and actually I have. I've made one that's got a deeper red in it now. It's more red than pink. But this is what I did. And I taped a little piece of paper with my color on it, then that way I know what color it comes out. Okay. You can see, I mentioned to some of you, look at that one. That's some of the inside of the marker part I didn't get out. Use my dauber here. Because this is, I ran out of spray bottles, so I used this. But it gives me yellow. I want yellow. Don't know why. I just chose I wanted yellow. And I don't have a yellow ink pad fixed up now. Do I have the materials for it? Yeah, I do. I definitely do. But actually forgot I had other stuff in it. This is my little container that I might use. I could pour it in there and dip it in. I don't need much, so I'm not putting much in it. I sort of keep one of these. Came in a 2-pack from Dollar Tree. Now, initially you'd want to probably soak this more. This is the one that I sprayed, so I'm just going to dab a little on there to get it off. A dabber. Actually, the yellow's not showing up real good on the video, I'm sure. You can't see it. So that's not a good choice. Okay, that's fine. Let's work. I actually got a blue dauber already, but I'm not going to dig it out. I would usually keep this one yellow and get another one, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Yellow and blue, primary colors. This one's made with alcohol, and as you can see, it soaks up a lot quicker. The first one I had was made with water because it was one I made lately because I didn't have it. But anyway, depending how I want to do it, I might want to push it a little. But I could add distressing edge. There. First time I've used this one, so it's not exactly. I always like to let them soak for a little bit, but the first use, I take like rub it on a piece of paper, depending on the look I want, but good enough. But you could see, use my distressor and got it going there. But there you go. There's all different things that we can use. Oh, let me look at these. I'm not done yet. I don't care. Okay, but I said these are basically decorated. Let's put some words on there. I don't know. Maybe I want to put, been making some other stuff too. That one's a little bit too big. I wanted it. Let's say I was adding this to a page. I don't know. I'm going to add this straight to a page. Instead of too peachy. Pulls out some of the colors, but maybe instead of that, that pulls out that color. Yeah, it's nothing like not being prepared, right, guys? Okay, that pulls out some colors there. I'm going to put that one on that one. Okay. It's got a little pink up there, and I've got a little... Okay. I don't like the bow. I keep them like this. Don't really want it that long. Trim it off. Need glue for that, right? I store all my glues upside down. That's another little hint. I actually have a little, it's an old plastic Halloween bucket. I'm putting this at the angle because that sort of cuts off there. I know it's not the best, but for something quick that just came off the top of my head, this will work. These are those buttons you can get at Dollar Tree for $1. Even though it's not that I didn't already have tens of thousands of buttons. But no, guess who had to go get more buttons, right? I had buttons, just not... Oh, that's more that color. I like that. Matches that color. Now, in all honesty, I would have done something a little bit different probably. Added a little bit more to it, layering and whatnot. And I still can over here. Add some little pieces and maybe some book page. But just something as simple as that. And if I've got my journal page, I don't think I've got a journal handy close by. No, I don't. Of course not, I wouldn't. All mine are put up elsewhere. But I could do that. Might take me a piece of book page. Pair of little piece of old vintage book page. This is a 1927 book. That I found. Yard sale for $1. Big thick book. So I've got lots of those pages. Oops, didn't mean for that to come with it. But like that, could add, build up, layer, do some other stuff over here instead of having a stacked file folder. Maybe I'm going to take this one and put it on the front of my journal, and when I open it, okay, we'll pretend this is a journal. So this is my journal page. Pretend this is my, that's that vintage 1927 book. This is, pretend this is my journal page, and you can actually attach it to your journal page, that it can be opened up onto the page. Use it as a pocket, tuck. You can do it on the sides, wherever. But just using a single file folder, slide it in a pocket, it's unlimited. Now these little pieces of thread, I don't throw them away. They can actually be glued, separated and glued down on something. Like the one to cluster or something over here. So I keep that. Alright. I was looking for a word, wasn't I? This is, this is what I've done this week. These are my words. From magazines. I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. Didn't exactly match, but we got daisies and butterflies. Should have left an edge on the top, and I didn't do it. No big deal. It'll still work out. I don't have, because that yellow really didn't do what I wanted it to do, did it? So, when all else fails, because my dauber not handy, I'm going to use a finger tool. I want to give it just a little bit of yellow. Just do the edge on that side. Okay. A hint too. I have certain clothes. Usually it's my old yucky pajamas I wear. And I just wear them when I'm crafting. And if I get something little like that on it, washes out in the wash if it's washable. If it's not, I probably would put something else underneath that. But hey, it'll work. That'll dry. There we go. Hope you all enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with, and eventually we go to put the and see how you put them in your journals. See you later.